Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Om and a very good evening to you friends. Today we will be looking at the concluding verses of the Hanuman Chalisa before we get into it itself. See, when we spoke of the Hanuman Chalisa being a mantra, isn't it? It is something that is meant when we chant. It dispels all our fear. Basically, that's why we start chanting the Hanuman Chalisa, isn't it? Then we said, okay, collectively we can pray not only for ourselves, and then we had this sankalpa in mind, you know, because we are all going through, in fact, entire humankind is going through this pandemic and we are fighting a global crisis. So for the protection of all, for the well-being of all, okay, so collectively we have been doing this, and this is necessary. It creates subtle vibrations because of which there is, you know, you recognize, you notice. I'm sure each one of you is already feeling it also. There is a sense of positivity, there is a sense of healing. Also, as we keep, chanting and feel charged, rejuvenated with the chanting, we've been listening to the explanation. We've been touching upon, like, typically when we study the Shastras, you know, the scriptures, it is said that there is something that makes literal sense. You know, when you read, we all understand the language, we know the language, and so we understand what is being spoken about. It is not very difficult. The word meaning, you know, what we call Shabdartha is known to us. Then when there is a teacher, when there is a guru who interprets it, you know, because the guru comes from there. He doesn't want, the word meaning is there, and yet we may miss a lot. It is this, especially Hanuman Chalisa, is written in a very popular language, Awadhi, which is known to the common person. Yet, when we read it, people who know Hindi also think, I know the language, and so it's not very difficult to make out what it is. But as we've been hearing, we realize, oh, there is a lot more to it than meets the eye, isn't it? So there is what is indicated by the word, and we must understand that. We must understand why are we chanting, and who is this Hanumana, and how are we to acknowledge and imbibe and absorb those qualities within us. isn't it? So when we chant now, knowing the meaning of it, it makes, it is what is indicated by the verses is known to us. Then there is what we call something that is hidden, the meaning, the essence of it, truly the essence of it is now begins the real challenge. It is, however, pure. When we say pure, how much purified are we of our ego? Okay, when that ego dissolves in the understanding, in the chanting, slowly you begin to realize how is Hanumana and how am I to imbibe, and I begin to practice. What do I practice that for? So that there is purification. Okay, subtle purification begins within this equipment, mind and intellect. This is Shuddhikaran, what we call the purification process. When the purification process is complete, is now you are convinced, there is conviction, there is faith, and one surrenders. From there begins what you really, what we call the Gudhartha, the hidden meaning of all of this, the true essence in the way it has to be known, that is revealed to the deserving disciple. So the whole process is, we are chanting initially, we begin to first learn it by rote, and then to be able to, absorb those words and get the meaning and understand the meaning. So now, if you're chanting the Hanuman Chalisa in top speed, 3 minutes, you can complete it. You feel very good. No, now I want to really absorb the meaning. So what happens? You take a little longer, and it's okay. It's okay if you cannot complete the Hanuman Chalisa in one sitting. Sit down with it, meditate with it, contemplate on it, reflect on those words. This leads to purification. And once this purification happens, then the essence really you begin to imbibe. At this point, you don't need an external teacher. Whenever there is a doubt that comes about, that is when you feel like visiting your teacher. That much clarity comes about. Okay, so that is the whole process of spiritual journey that we call. One should be more and more clear about who one is, what is one's position, what is this universe about, what is God, and how are we making that connection strong? How do we feel the interconnectedness with everyone? How do we feel the oneness? Isn't it? So you see, all the more, today in this pandemic, we really feel, what we can see. I think each one of you has observed and has noticed, isn't it? That man, because of his intelligence only, there is great intelligence in a human being. He is far superior. In fact, he survives the strength of every other animal because he is intelligent. But what happens when with this intelligence is mixed, with a lot of selfishness, egoistic desires. We are greedy to the point that we are grabbing from others. That's not needed. That creates an imbalance. We are so ambitious. We want to hoard, grab, and keep for ourselves. We want our dreams, our ambitions fulfilled, as though this entire world, everything is here to serve us. That is where we are going wrong. And you will see today more and more, if you look at the advantages, how everyone is talking about the earth healing, because human beings are bound in their homes today. Isn't it an unfortunate situation we supposedly intelligent people have created for ourselves? Isn't it? You know that animals are freely moving about without any threat to their lives? Air is purified, water is purified everywhere, automatically. And within what? a month or 2 months, a 200 crore project. And it is clean today. What would you say? Would you call this intelligence on behalf of humans? Huh? Where are we going wrong? Because egocentric desires, as humankind, I'm not saying as one religious sect of people. No. In fact, every human has to think about this again. And this is what the scriptures tell us. That is why, the relevance of studying these scriptures. Each scripture, in fact, our Upanishads scream about the oneness, about coexistence. They are never talking about you existing at the cost of the world. No. They say recognize this interdependence and coexist with all, because that one divine being is the self of all. So you cannot deprive another animal and the plant kingdom. You consume that and you think you're going to be happy. This kind of a consumerist behavior of the humankind has brought about this great peril on himself. If we can understand that, then we truly begin to recognize, are we walking on the correct path as shown by the scriptures, as shown by the masters? Now, why I'm telling you all this? Because it is time to contemplate. It is time, because here, the last concluding verses, very significant, very relevant also. What does Tulsidas ji says? He says, Jai, 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 Hanuman Gosai. Tulsidas is Tulsidas Gosai. So he is telling about himself. He says, I cry out, Jai Jaikar for Hanuman. Victory be to Hanuman. Victory be to Hanuman. So who is this Hanuman? After knowing him, after knowing his qualities, of selflessness, of service, when he relates from the body, it is for the seva of everyone around him. When it comes, how does he deal with people? With his heart, a pure heart. He interacts with everybody. When there are challenges, when there is decision to be taken, how is he doing it? Using his pure intellect and working. This is his expression in the world. But who is Hanumana himself? The true essence? He and Sri Rama are no different. They are one and the same. That ultimate consciousness, divinity expressing this way. So you see, we must understand the expression. We must understand. So at different levels, we must recognize Hanumana as such. And let us not think that Hanumana is different. Keep Hanumana in mind. And let us recognize that divinity within ourselves. Let us also begin to express this way. Let there be self-discovery through the process of Hanuman Chalisa. Therefore, we have to ensure our ahankar dies down and let there be Jai Jaikar, to whom victory be to Hanumana. Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai, Kripa Karahu, Guru Dev ki nahi. He says, Kripa, Kripa barsao mujh pe. Show me your grace. Bestow me like a guru, Satguru. Be my Satguru. Gurudev ki nahi, meaning just be as compared to a Gurudev. You know why? This Satguru is one, and as we have seen before also, this relationship between the Guru and the disciple. When we are talking of the subject matter being Satvastu, reality, when we are seeking self-discovery, we approach a Satguru, and that relationship, which grows, which, then they are married like to each other, and the Guru's only interest in the disciple being that the disciple comes to see this truth, that the Guru himself knows. And that is how they are bound with each other. Okay, this is the only reason why the Guru and the Shishya come together. And here, how is the Shishya? Totally surrendering to the Guru. You know, Guru becomes Mata, Pita. Guru, Mata, Pita, Guru, Bandhu, Sakha. Guru is my friend. Guru is my relative. Guru is my mother. Guru is my father. Whatever the Guru says now, I am focused on the Guru. So from world dependency, I have become dependent on my Guru. And my Guru protects and guides me such. He accepts me as a Shishya. So he has to think about even my roti, kapda, makan, even my basic needs. Guru is only going to think about it. It is not supposed to be the Shishyas. This way the surrender and the, the relationship grows, matures until both in that process of self-discovery, the Guru and Shishya have become one in union, So that is why here Tulsidas ji says, Jai, 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 Hanuman Gosai, Kripa Karo Gurudev ki nai. You be my Satguru and let me be your Shishya. Look at this. All the while, Tulsidas ji is, for him, Ishvara is Sri Rama, but he says, Hanumana, you be my Guru and show me my Govind, my Sri Rama. Let me see that and let me become one with you. Jo Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripa Karo Gurudev ki nai. Jo sat bar paat kar koi chot hi bandi mahasukh hoi. Here Tulsidas ji says Jo sat bar. Okay, now some people say sat bar bole hain to saat bar. So I will start chanting this 7 times. And some other people say, Jo Shat Bar, Shat means 100. So I am going to chant it 100 times. So then 100 times every day is not possible. I will think of one day a year where I will, so how far we go away. You know what it means? It is like, we use a phrase, it's a figure of speech. How many times do I tell you? 100 times I have told you. Can't you understand? We use that figure of speech, isn't it? I may not have told 100 times. I may have told 2 times, 3 times, maybe 4 times. Okay? And what will I say? 100 times I have told you. Right? So in that way, it is Jo Shat Bar. Read it 100 times. Keep on reading. That's what. Read it. Don't count now. Don't say, is 108 auspicious? Is 21 auspicious? I don't have time to do 21 times. Is 9 times okay? 9 is also a sacred number. Don't fall into this. What you have to keep doing? Keep chanting it. That's all. Jo Shat Bar. Keep it in mind, like I told you. Take one chopai, delve in it, relish it, absorb it completely. This way you go about it. Jo Shat Bar paat kar koi chhoot hi bandi. Chhoot hi bandi. What is this bondage? One is freed from all bondage. What bondage? Bondage of samsara. This coming and going. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. We are constantly talking that I was born and then I'm living this, I'm struggling, this life is going on, and then there is death, I'm worried about death, I fear death. Where is this coming and going? Is there going to be an end to all of this? This bondage that I feel because of my ego, I feel bound in this body which is not listening to me. I feel bound by my senses which are not at all under my control. Then my mind is taking me somewhere, filling me with anxiety and worry, and I'm stressed because of that. By the way, I must tell you one more thing. I read today, somebody sent me this In the Times of India, there is a clipping and another newspaper cutting also, which says that among all of these hospital admittees, there are very few. You know, the number of stroke patients, heart patients have suddenly dropped in this 1.5 months. Isn't that good news? So then clearly it shows we are going in the wrong way. We have come to think that heart attack, BP is normal and natural. When we are 40, we are talking, oh, you know, I have BP, I can't eat this. I have diabetes, I can't eat this. Why is sickness become normal? It shouldn't be, isn't it? Good health should be normal. That means we are already gone very wrong. Now that we are all sitting at home with family, doing things that we should be doing, no heart attack. It makes you think, huh? Let us hope and pray after all this goodness that this virus has brought about. Let us not go back to the same ways. We have studied something, we have learned something. Let us move from there forward, isn't it? Huh? So this is important. That is why we need to keep on studying the scriptures and the Upanishad and chanting, and because we forget. Let me tell you, we will get when things are normal and the government announces relaxation. I am telling you, people will run on the road and go back to their jobs as though there was, you know, nothing better to do. That's a sad part. We are conditioned so much with this. Look back and see whatever has been non-essential in the past 1.5 months, which you have always been engaging with. Learn to drop it. Learn to be different. It is okay. Let the masses go one way. You go your way. Do not just follow the masses this way blindly. Be on the right path. That is important. Not important whether you're going with the masses. Okay? So really think about this. That is why we need to keep reading and going back to the Shastras. We have to remind ourselves of this goal. Otherwise we forget. We are caught up, you know. We always say that. We are caught up. What are you caught up with? This catching up and or being caught up with is the bondage that you will leave behind. Isn't it something that we must all aspire for? छूट ही बंधी, अरे छूट गया ये सब. कबीरा says, भला हुआ मेरी मटकी फूटी, मैं तो पनिया भरन से छूटी. This is the state, understand. Where are we humans running together? Collectively we were creating chaos for ourselves. Drop it. The world is being taken care of very well without us, and it will go on very well without us. So don't think that we are too important here, you know, that our opinion matters. It doesn't matter. If you think it matters too much, you are calling for another virus very soon. So, jo shat bar paat kar koi, chhoot hi bandi maha sukh hoi. How is that sukham? It is not ani jani. कभी खुशी कभी गम, आज वाह 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 लड्डू खा लिया, बहुत सुख आनंद हुआ, आज का प्रसाद वेरी गुड, और कल लड्डू नहीं मिला, हाँ रोना शुरू. It is not this way. It is not that sukh that comes and within 1 hour that sukh is gone because some dukkham has come. Maha sukh meaning you attain to that bliss which is unchanging. You are in that state of bliss which is independent of anything else. Imagine your happiness does not depend on anything. Then there is never ever a fear of you ever losing it, isn't it? When it is dependent on something all the time, I'm fearful whether that thing will allow me to be happy or no. But when I am simply happy, because that's my nature. Maha sukha hoi. Let this happen to each one of us. That is why we must keep chanting the Hanuman Chalisa. Jo yah pade Hanuman Chalisa, hoy siddhi Sakhi Gauri Sa. From the Shabdarth, indicative meaning, understand, you will begin to understand the essence of it. Jo yah pade Hanuman Chalisa. Hoya Siddhi. You become like that Siddha Purush. Who is the Siddha Purush? Sakhi, the consort of who? Gauri. Gauri is Mata Parvati. You become like Shiva in Samadhi. How is Shiva? Always when you see him is in Samadhi state. Nah? He is also a father of two sons. Very naughty sons. He is a very much a grahastha. He has a wife. He is a householder. You know, people say sannyas lele, but how is he? How has he? His mind is in Shiva Loka is nothing but being in that balance. Internally, he is in Samadhi state. He has attained that bliss. So, jo yah pade Hanuman Chalisa, hoy siddhi saki gaurisa. You have to read this, chant this, understand what it implies, begin to live it. You will soon recognize that within you, that state. You will be in that state of consciousness, which is like being with one with Shiva. Hanuman is an Ansha avatar of Shiva only. Recognize. So you see, Tulsi Das Sada Hari Chera Ki Jayannath Hridaya Mahadera. Tulsi Das is forever your devotee, your chela, your slave, your dasa. Ki Jayannath, I pray to you, hey Swami, hey Nath, hey Prabhu. Ki Jayannath Hridaya Maha. You know, mere hriday mein dera dalo aap. Just come and plonk yourself, we say. Na? Just come now. Don't bother the way it is. Please, God, come into my heart, reside in my heart. You know, this is what I seek of you. At the end of chanting of Hanuman Chalisa, if we can become karma yogis when we act through our body, if we can become the true devotee, that we have only Hanumana in our hearts and through our intellect only expressing that Shiva Tattvam, then you have attained to that state. And let that state be bestowed upon each one of us who chants the Hanuman Chalisa this way. This is the prayer of Tulsidas Ji. And when we chant, we must now that part, you know, not only say Tulsidas Ji has said this, I am only repeating that, but even I seek that. Okay, don't keep on saying Tulsidas wanted, Tulsidas wanted. I too want the same. I want Tulsidas Ji in my heart because he has composed this and he will be able to in a better manner explain the verses whenever I get lost. Let him be in my heart. With him come Hanumana. With Hanumana, entire Ram Darbar. Let them only reside in my heart. Tulsi Das Sada Hari Chera Ki Jayannath Hridaya Mahadera. Pavan Tanaya Sankat Harana Mangal Murati Rupa Ram Lakhan Sita Sahita Hridaya Basav Surabhupa. Pavana Tanaya, the body is a form of Pavana, wind god. Sankat Harana, all the Sankat remove the conflict, remove the obstacles at every level that we see, for me individually, for collectively that we have created. Hey Pavanaputra, remove these obstacles, let all the conflicts and difficulties that have arisen be removed by you. You can do it effortlessly. Mangala Murti Rupa, for you are the Roop, you are the form of auspicious. Bring in more and more auspiciousness within me, within the family, within the society. Ram, Lakhan, Sita, Sahita, Hridaya, Bhasav, Surabhup, together with all the gods, devatas. And when you come, you know, Sri Ramji cannot be behind. So Ram, Lakhan, Sita, everyone, they come and reside in my heart. Huh? So with this, actually, we conclude the Hanuman Chalisa verses, the meaning of it. We will chant the verses again today. I want you to continue the chanting. That would be an appeal that I will make to you. Make it a part of your everyday prayer. Huh? Think about these lines. Wherever you feel you have certain insights, share it with us. You want to understand, you want more clarity, we can meet again, but let us sing the glories of Hanumana, all the more needed today, very, very relevant today. That is what makes these mantras so powerful. They are timeless. They just are relevant at any given point of time. So with this, we shall be concluding our sessions on Hanuman Chalisa. I wish to see you all very soon, anytime. We must meet again together. But for now, we will continue with our chanting. Just be with the chanting, absorb Hanumanji at all levels of our being. Hari Om and God bless.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुखर सुधारी बरनउँ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन भरन विराज सुवेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम्हरो जस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाए राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माहि जल दिलांगी गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा, है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साकी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय मह डेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसौ सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भई सब संतन की जय।